Hey everyone, so welcome back to my channel. Today I actually have a video. I have not done a video in so long. Life has been really hectic. I really want to do a life update, but I'm not ready to do one yet just because I'm not ready yet. A lot of you know like what has happened or like the whole moving situation, but I'm just not ready to speak about it just yet. I did send out my giveaway prizes from like months ago. I really want to apologize to those ladies because they've been oh so very patient. And with time, I'm working 3 jobs right now and I don't have time for anything. So the past few weeks I've been having a lot more time and I'm feeling a lot more relaxed. So yeah, so today I'm gonna film a video before I go out. And it's gonna be a review on the Kat Von D Shade Light palette. It's a new palette. I was browsing through Sephora the other day with a friend, and I went to return my NARS foundation, the Sheer Matte. I did not like that foundation and the Makeup Forever. Here's the thing, is that I save these foundations. I buy them. I keep them in my foundation drawer. And then I'll try them out, like, out of weird moments, which you're never really supposed to do, especially before, like, an event or whatever. You're really not supposed to do that. But I've been doing that. And I've learned not to do that. Get a sample of it. See if you like it. The Makeup Forever HD was not good for me. It made me quite oily. And my skin was like, oh, it was awful. So definitely I did not like it. The NARS, the same. It didn't make me oily, it made me blotchy, so yeah. The Shade Light palette, this has 6 colors. It has 3 contour shades and 3 highlighter shades. This palette retails for $46 at Sephora. So here's what it looks like. The really neat thing about this palette is the packaging. We all know that Kat Von D's packaging is really dark, and which I don't mind. So yeah, so in the back of the palette, it actually shows like the shades that comes in the palette, and then the highlighter shades. And what I really enjoyed about this palette is the colors. The colors in the palette are really different than some of the contour palettes I've seen, especially the smaller contour palettes, because this is not a really large contour palette. It only gives you 3 options and 3 highlighter options. And I think that for the amount that you get, the amount of choices that you get, they did amazing with picking out what choices to put in this palette, because this can work from a fair person to a really, darker complexion. So I really enjoyed that. The packaging is really nice. It has a magnetic closing, so you can pop it in when you travel and it won't do much damage. Now, I'm known for jabbing my finger into the palette when I'm talking throughout my videos, so hopefully that's not going to happen today. I don't want to get my fingers on any of the product. Well, at least not jabbing it. It comes with a really large mirror, which I really do like. My only downside when I first saw the palette, I didn't realize like the packaging or anything. I went straight because of the contouring. I was really needing new contour shades, and every shade that I've been buying as a bronzer for contouring has been giving me an orange tint, and I really didn't like that. So I wanted to buy something that was going to give me more options to play with, so maybe that I would like more than one shade, or at least like one of the shades. And for the price of this, I couldn't pass it up, because a regular bronzer at Sephora would be about $40 or $30. So for $50, for actually $46, you get 3 highlighters and 3 contouring powders. That, to me, that blows my mind, because I do have the Tarte Off the Cuff palette, which you guys see me use all the time. This is a limited edition palette that came out about 2 years ago. And Hugo bought me this palette when we first started dating. It has a nice mirror, and the packaging's pretty, like the glitter. I like the magnetic closing, but the only thing I did not like about this packet is how, I mean, it's nice that it's very sleek, so it's good for traveling, but it's also very flimsy. Like, I mean, not, I can go like this and it won't break, but it worries me that the mirror isn't as large as the bottom of the product, and it should be for just necessary reasons when you travel. When I travel, I like to take a palette like one of these, so that I have more than one option and I don't have to pack singles. And a lot of people, I'm sure, agree with me when it comes to that. But the packaging's so nice. And if you feel it, it has a wicked awesome texture to the palette. Like, it's, I don't know, like the letters pop out. It's like a 3D thing. And also the shades. Yeah, back to the product itself. The colors are so blendable. They are so easy to work with. They make you look flawless. I mean, the highlighter shades, I have very light skin. It doesn't seem like it because a lot of the times once I contour, I don't look that light, but I'm actually very light in the winter. I look like a white polar bear. I'm serious. It's awful. Like, I hate it, but this winter has been hectic for me, like I told you guys. So I haven't gone tanning or anything, or I haven't self tanned just because for me to self tan, I'm not a professional at self tanning. So I don't like getting myself into sticky situations unless I know the product works well. So yeah, the shades on this palette are really different than the regular shades. They have gray undertones on this palette. If you look at the shades, to me, once I apply them, they have a gray undertone, which blocks out the brown consistent, like it blocks out the brown color that turns orange once you apply it on your skin. Like my Too Faced bronzer, I love that. This Tarte bronzer, I really do like. My biggest concern with this bronzer is depending on the foundation or base that I put on my face, it does turn orange. And if you look at it, if you compare the 3 shades, this one on the Tarte palette is a lot more brown. Like, you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's a bronzer. This one, I mean, you can tell they're bronzers, but I was a little iffy. I'm like, is this gonna look like an eyeshadow on my cheeks? Like, when I like to contour, I like to contour. But I find that sometimes it looks like I have blush whipped around on my cheekbone, and I hate that. So, I wanted to give these a try. I think the colors are wonderful. This one, is too dark for me, but I do like it to work on my clients because, you know, not everyone is the same skin, color. So this is the shade Sombre. It's the darkest one out of the palette. What I liked about the packaging too is in the back it tells you the name of the colors, so that's really helpful. And then this here is Shadow Play. This is the one that I use to contour. Since I'm very fair skinned, this is the one that I use to contour. I have 2 brushes that I really like to contour with. They're by Real Techniques, and these brushes are really fairly inexpensive. I believe they're like $10 each. These are like the cheapest brushes that I love. I love these brushes, so if you haven't tried them, you should really try them. Obviously, I have like my Sigma brushes, but I haven't found a Sigma blush and contour brush that I love. So these 2 really work for me. I go in with the more tapered blending brush, and I go in with the color Shadow Play, which is the lightest of the palette, and I just kind of sweep it where I want the contouring to be, even like below my lip, here on my forehead, and then I go in, once that's blended, I go in with the same brush and I use the shadow subconscious, I cannot read, hold on, I'm like so blind. Subconscious, I can't say the word, I'm gonna link it here. I can't say it because of my Portuguese. My English is so bad. Like, anyway, so I take the blush, the contour brush, and I dab it here in this color, and I sweep it along, and then I go in with this one. This one's really good. It's a buffing brush, so it's really good to get the product in there but blend it out at the same time, because we don't want a super harsh line. And obviously when you're filming, you can see that I have a harsh line along the face, but in person it looks really natural and I really love it. And then the highlighter shades is Lucid, Ingrid, and Levitation. I use Ingrid. After I conceal, I pop that here, here on my cheekbone, right up here. And I love it. It's every other highlighter that I've tried ambient light. That one does not even give me a glow whatsoever because I'm so darn white right now. So I really didn't like that one. And here I just feel like it has that pinky shade, which is great for someone with a darker complexion because it will really brighten that up. This one is better for someone who's very fair but doesn't really want much of a highlight, just more of a setting powder. But this one here to highlight is beautiful. I love the Ingrid shade. I love this palette. Honestly, it's worth every single penny that I paid for it. I think $50 for this is ridiculous. Like, honestly, you're not even paying $10 for each of the products. So to me, that is absolutely phenomenal. I know a lot of people tell me, Tatiana, how come you find some of these things so cheap? Like $50 for a makeup brush or $50 for a palette, that's quite expensive. But really, guys, like, if you go to the drugstore, you're going to spend $10 on a blush. And that's why I love buying products in like palette form, because you get so much more product for what you're paying. So you're really getting a bang for your buck. So yeah, I really love this palette. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. I believe some of these shades might be already out as contour shades, and they might have just put it in a palette for the highlighters. I don't know about, I've heard of Ingrid before, but I don't think I've heard of these matte bronzers. But if, I'll do my research. This is just kind of a first impression and a review based on what I've tried. But I think it's amazing. I think you guys really need to pick this up because it's really a bang for your buck. I believe that this one was $40 back when Hugo bought me this. And I loved it. But the names, I don't know if you guys remember that video that I filmed. The names aren't attached to here. I have literally cut out the names and placed them below each blush and then below the bronzer. And I have Park Ave Princess in like a million palettes. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's great that, they came out with that palette. This one has, let me see. There's a lot more product in this one than in this one. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you dolls all on my next one. Bye, guys.